Hello everyone, Bitcoin is currently trading at 81,900 US dollar. We will look into possible scenarios for Bitcoin and Ethereum. If you want to support me and my content, leave a like and a comment with at least 7 words to help boost the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe and turn on notifications to stay up to date. I have a separate video where I analyze several altcoins on my channel if you are interested in that kind of analysis. So let's get to Bitcoin. What did we say about Bitcoin yesterday? A small recap. We have said we got the breakout, but I was telling you it might be just a fake out. If we are staying like this and going sideways, then we can expect one last push to the upside before we then sell off to close all the fair value gaps which we had to the downside. So far we closed them. What I don't like is that I have seen and tracked a bearish pennant which broke to the downside, and it also looks like a big H pattern. And I don't like the H pattern. If we go into the past, we can see that quite often, like for example here, the H pattern, which broke to the downside, and then we got another push to the downside. The H pattern is actually looking like an H, for example here. That's the letter H, broke to the downside, new low. So in the past we have seen that this pattern is most likely bearish, in some cases, which didn't happen for this chart pattern, but most likely we will do an H pattern, break that to the downside, and we get this. And it's very rare we get an H pattern which builds a higher low and then takes the strength to get up. It's rare. We didn't get it, so it's actually more bearish to me. So what I also see is that this whole movement can just be a double top pattern, which is also bearish. If we break it to the downside, which is currently at 81,150 US dollar, then the target of that double top pattern would be the 74,000 US dollar. Who remembers the 74,000 US dollar? That was the all-time high last year before we got to the 100k. And it looks very realistic to me. We have so much liquidity down to the 74,000, even far lower. That will get fished sooner or later. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not this month. Even if we get a new all-time high in the next bear market, we will get those levels. So we have to track that, because if the double top pattern is getting activated and is getting us to 74,000 US dollar, it might be possible that we wick a bit lower. Everyone thinks we are short, and then we get a new all-time high. We have to see that, we have to track that. I don't want to speculate on that. I want to look into the charts and trade what I see. So what do I see now? What can we trade? Actually, nothing. I have communicated that I'm not going to short this way down. To be honest, I shorted it, but not with real money. I did it with paper money. Why? Because TradingView has currently a challenge. The leap, where we get 250,000 US dollar paper money, and thousands of traders are there and competing for a prize pool. I'm doing that because I want to show you that that breakout trading is worth it and is also working. I did 22% without seeing a breakout. I was like thinking, oh, those people are competing very good, so I have to be more risky. Also, my leverage was insane in that competition, so I don't care about that paper money. If I win, I win. If not, then not. So I can be more risky there, but my real money was on the side. I looked, I watched, and I have seen that price dump to the downside, and I was happy that I made the right decision by closing all my long positions for all the altcoins and for Bitcoin and Ethereum. So like I said, 81,150 US dollar are essential to hold. If we break that to the downside, the chance is very high that we get to $78,600 to $77,800, which is a fair value gap. But the target of the double top pattern would get us to the old all-time high levels of last year, 74,000 US dollar. So Ethereum, as you can see, I drew everything, and it is just crazy. It's just crazy. What did we say since the 31 March? We have said if we break the $1,850 to the upside, then we can get up to 1,916 US dollar. We went there. We have to go into the 1 hour chart. So then I have said, okay, we might go sidewards. I didn't expect it to go to $1,850 back, but here was the back test. And then we go with a nice push to the upside. What I was saying is if we break the $1,916 sustainable to the upside, then we can reach prices up to $80. We didn't get a sustainable breakout. We wicked over it for a short term, yeah. But we want to see a candle close over the $1,916-17. Like this. Here close is the candle close. Then a nice retest. And then the follow through. And then we can actually go into that area. It didn't happen, so this wasn't safe to trade. It was just too fast, and if the market moves too fast, as you can see, it can also point into the other direction. So, what did we say about Ethereum when we were here in that area? We have said once we break the $1,851 to the downside, then we drop to the next support at 1.8k. We got support. But similar to Bitcoin, this whole move is just an H pattern which broke to the downside and which retested already the 1,800 US dollar. Yeah, it might be possible that this candle goes a bit higher, no problem. But I think the target would be the $1,744 to $1,720. In this area, it's going to be very interesting. Maybe we can get a nice V-shaped recovery and get for higher prices. But if Bitcoin is selling down to 74,000 US dollar, which is the target of the double top pattern from Bitcoin, then I see Ethereum going down to 1.5k to 1.6k. Then we have fished all that liquidity here. I don't think that we are going to get lower than 1.5k. Might be possible that we wick lower than that, but get a nice and quick recovery. But in that case, I think that we have built so many fair value gaps to the upside, as you can see. We have many, up to 3.8k, even a bit more, no, up to 3.8k. And if we get down to fish everything here, then we have a lot of space to the upside. And then we can see Ethereum probably shooting over the 3k again. So, thank you for watching. If I gave you valuable information, I would appreciate if you click the like button, and if you are interested in daily updates, feel free to subscribe me. Have a nice day with huge gains. See you.